Hi Simmers, welcome back to the Newcrest Challenges, where we set up a new challenge every week, react to each other's builds, and let you decide who won. This week we have another starter home, but this time it's a starter for 8 Sims.
Alright, so here's my 8 Sims starter build.
And you were clever because you got the Sims first.
I did, yeah. I didn't want to track the money this time, so I just made the Sims, and then I did not cheat any additional money. So I think it came out to like 31,000 simoleons, something like that. It is 3 levels, so there is a basement, as well as a second floor. So I'm starting to make the basement right now. And this is a family of Sims. So there's like mom, dad, kids, 2 cats, and there's an uncle. So the basement is going to be where uncle lives. And then the family's all going to live upstairs. But yeah, uncle's got his own little spot downstairs. I also made him a musician. So funny that we both included musicians in these.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a musical person. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My family's more musical than I am, but I grew up in it, for sure.
You understand music more than I do.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
Very fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the shape of it.
I was going very classic.
Mm-hmm.
Very, like...
Very blue suburban.
Yeah. Very middle America, Canada kind of style here.
Yeah.
Even my color scheme when I get into it is very... I was definitely going for schoolhouse, and I think it looks like a schoolhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, which obviously fits the world, since this is Copperdale.
Oh, yeah, this is.
Yep.
Copperdale.
Yep.
Cool. So you have, an uncle, 2 cats, that's 5 more, so 2 parents, mom and dad, and 3
and then
kids.
3 kids.
Okay.
Yep.
There are children?
There is a young adult, a teen, and a child, I believe.
Okay.
I did this like 2 weeks ago, so of course I don't remember.
And uncle has his own private entrance.
Yep. Absolutely. Nice private side entrance to the basement for the uncle, so that when he has his, 3 a.m. music gigs, he doesn't have to disturb the family.
Who is the uncle related to?
So again, if I remember correctly, uncle is dad's brother.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't put a whole lot of detail into this family, so, like, the oldest kid, she's a big fan of cats, and then her youngest brother is a fan of cats as well, so the 2 of them are the cat fans.
Yeah.
And the cats live in his room because there's 2 girls and 1 boy, so the girls share a bedroom, and then the boy has to share his bedroom with the cats.
The cats, yeah. No. Ooh, and we're going with red.
Exactly. That schoolhouse vibe. No.
I like the color red for the outside of buildings.
I do too. It's harder to use inside than outside. But I was like super classic.
And with the part of the house that was added later.
Yep. Exactly. Add-on in the back. That's going to be the parents' bedroom. So both of the bedrooms in the upstairs of the house are going to be the kids' rooms. And that feels very normal, right?
Yeah,
your family grows and expands. You can't move, so the house has to get bigger.
Yep, that is true.
Yep.
Yep, and 2 bedrooms for 3 kids and 2 cats.
Exactly. A 2-bedroom house with 8 Sims.
Yeah, but technically 3. That's what the realtor is going to say.
Yes, obviously with the add-on.
And the basement.
With the basement apartment, I mean, you'll see when we get down there, it really is not, strictly speaking, an apartment. It is very much like a bachelor's basement.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a responsible adult.
No, like, when you said uncle moved in, like,
He's a deadbeat uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe of this is the responsible child and the responsible child.
Yeah, this is the uncle that is teaching all of the kids how to play poker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Who taught you to play poker?
I don't know how to play poker.
You don't know how to play poker?
Okay, well, that's not... I've played poker.
Mm-hmm.
I do not enjoy playing poker. And I've only done it, like, I think twice.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in university, when I was with my first boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So he technically taught me how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I don't remember anything he taught me. Oh, no.
Oh, no. How will you survive?
That's not even true. He did teach me how to drift a car, and I do know how to do that still.
Those are important skills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
There you. I like that blue that you were using originally.
I had a really tough time
Yeah.
trying to match the floor tile to the wall tile, but I liked the blue as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have ever used that swatch of that Parenthood wallpaper. I love that wallpaper.
Yeah.
I use it all the time, but I don't think I've used that swatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer the other one, like with the bigger tile for
I do too.
kitchens. But that one, it has some nice tiles.
It does.
And you're going for a house that is a little older.
Yeah, I did want it to look dated. I wanted it to look like it hasn't been updated in the ways that maybe they want to update it.
Mm-mm.
So that right there, using the chip flooring, the wood chip flooring,
Yeah.
to try and simulate popcorn ceilings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that is so cute. I honestly don't think it affects the build in any way, shape, or form because nobody can see the ceilings, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I did this thing I love to do. I love doing the butcher block countertop at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only countertop set that you can do it with.
Yeah.
So I end up using that a lot. But I just love the butcher block. I like how it looks to have the butcher block at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, we gotta have a nice big table so that everyone can eat together.
Yeah.
Except I think I only put 6 chairs.
Yeah, Uncle is not
No.
coming upstairs.
If he is coming upstairs to eat, he's leaning against the counter and eating off the plate, standing.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
Yeah.
This is nice. What is the mom like?
I don't remember. I'm so bad. I think I
had
wanted
lore.
them...
I want people to remember this when they're voting. I had lore that was consistent.
Look, did I have an idea? Yes. Do I remember my idea?
Yeah, that's
no.
fair.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Which is a lie, because I didn't eat breakfast today.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, I know you didn't eat breakfast. What is this full person in front of me that ate breakfast?
I mean, I would have eaten breakfast, but that means I would have had to get out of bed.
Yeah, that is better.
My kitchen is a whole, 5 steps away. That's too much effort.
Yeah, that's too much effort. I don't want to do it. I wouldn't do it either. I love that sink.
I do too.
Great for basements.
It's great for basements.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's a great laundry room sink. Garage sink.
You have the garage clutter pack.
There's a garage
Not
clutter
the
pack?
sorry, not the garage. The basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wallpaper is the basement
Oh, okay.
wallpaper.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I was going to ask. 'Cause, yeah, that's such a bachelor thing.
Oh, with the kids, the kids' room, not the kids' room stuff pack, but the trash can that's made to look like it goes in a child's room.
Yeah.
Having that in the basement.
Yeah.
I feel like little touches like that are great storytelling.
True.
I gave him, of course, some things to listen to music since he's a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him a TV, little sofa, but not much else.
Yeah, I like the bed that you use downstairs.
Yeah.
Also, this one from the parents' bedroom is one of the best beds.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely one of the best beds in the game.
Mm-hmm. Best swatches, just...
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want the wood to be one thing and the bed to be another, and they still don't
Exactly.
let you do that. And I hope someday they will.
Yeah, well, that bed in particular is so useful for that because it doesn't have the very obvious bed frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly
Yeah.
covered up. So anytime you don't want the frame to show for whatever reason, but you still want like a nicely made bed, you don't want like the mattresses
Yeah.
that you used, which are great for storytelling, but that's
Yeah.
not always the story you want to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So having something that's an option to not have a bed frame but still look nice, that's the only one we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bed that I end up using for futons in a lot of my Mount Komorebi builds,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it actually does look the most like a futon,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's not on the floor.
Fair. That, yeah.
Yeah.
There are the cats. Where are the cats, CJ?
Yeah.
I want to see the cats, CJ.
Well, all of the Sims are standing out front.
Yeah.
We're not going to get close-ups of any of them.
No.
So, unfortunately, you won't see the cats.
Yeah, they should. Well, the only thing that they added closer to a futon would be the sleeping bags.
Yeah,
But it's like, context, CJ did live in Japan,
I did.
so he knows what he's talking about.
And I wish I still had a futon. My back was so much better in Japan. My back pain, sleeping on the floor. If you've got back pain, try it. If you have back pain, try sleeping on the floor.
Maybe we're just younger.
Mm-mm.
Well, you can get one here.
Yeah, they're super expensive though.
Because it has to be a proper one.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want CJ to have a futon, leave a like.
Please.
Please. We're trying to escape capitalism.
Oh, I would absolutely go back to sleeping on a futon in a second. My apartment, the floor probably isn't good to sleep on, but I miss
Well.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm precious.
Yeah, that's fair.
We've come to the conclusion that I am too precious.
I will
To sleep on the
say
floor.
one time I got up, so like sleeping on the floor, stood up in the morning, my alarm went off, and as soon as I stood up, I wobbled. I was like, oh, I almost fell over. I must be super dehydrated or super hungry this morning. Like, I really need to eat some breakfast. Oh no, it was an earthquake. It wasn't me. I thought it was me. It wasn't. And that was actually the strongest earthquake that I felt while I was there. And it was an afterquake
Oh,
from the 2011 Great Northeastern.
I remember that,
Earthquake.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of scary.
How long did that last?
Oh, the
Yours.
earthquake didn't last very long. Like that, the aftershock. That time, I think it was a 6.4 or something on the Richter scale.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, it was huge. But it only lasted 2 minutes.
And was
Something
that
like that.
the only earthquake you experienced? Because you
Oh,
lived
no,
there
no, no.
3 years.
I lived there 3 years. So the first year that I lived in Japan, I lived in the Northeast. The school that I worked at, the original building was destroyed in the earthquake. Like, it was very close to the epicenter. So close to fault lines, there were quite a few. There were
Yeah,
quite
okay.
a few earthquakes, but most of them were very small.
Okay.
Most of them were, like, more or less unnoticeable. It was just the ground would roll for a second, and then it would be done. Most people, like, didn't even pause. They just kept walking. They didn't even notice.
Yeah. Might be a little bit like the snow in Canada. It's like, how can you
Basically.
live somewhere that's so cold? You get used to it.
Exactly. Every year,
Yeah.
someone
Speaking as a Brazilian,
shows-
yeah.
Yeah, every year someone shows a picture and they're like, oh my god, this snowstorm and all these crazy Canadians are still going outside. And I'm like, it's snowing.
It's snowing.
This
it's
isn't a
fine.
storm.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
snowing. So yeah, no, it absolutely. And coming from Canada, which is a place that doesn't have earthquakes,
Don't you have them in BC?
BC does get them.
Because I remember I had a student I was tutoring who wanted to go to BC.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not want to go to BC, but they were going to because of the earthquakes. Like her boyfriend, I think, wanted to go to BC, and she was like, let's go literally anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people want to come, like, if they're coming to Canada, they want to go to BC because it's a more temperate climate. They don't get the snow.
Yeah.
So that's the trade-off. British Columbia is also one of the only places in Canada that has poisonous snakes.
I'm staying in Toronto, thank
That's
you.
what I thought.
Yeah.
I won't tell you where the other poisonous snakes are.
Where are the other poisonous
Don't worry, there's
snakes?
only 3 poisonous snakes
Oh,
that
thank
live
God!
in Canada.
It's only 3.
Yeah. There's only 3 types of snakes that have any kind of venom in Canada.
Okay.
2 of them live in BC.
Okay.
1 of them can be found in Ontario.
Yeah. It's fine.
But
like,
very
yeah.
rare. Very
No,
rare.
it's fine. It's like what am I saying? Like, we have venomous snakes in Brazil. I was a Girl Scout. I've seen snakes and spiders. I don't like them.
They're my favorite animals.
I know. Mine are cats.
I know. I'm a boy. I am such a boy.
You're such a boy.
I am. I like mice and snakes and bats and all manner of creepy crawlies.
I know.
Yeah.
No. You horrible.
Oh,
No.
I miss cuddling with snakes.
No,
I want
it's
to cuddle
like-
with a snake.
Since I've met you,
Yeah.
I've become more open to the beauty of certain pests.
Sure. I'm
Let's
glad.
put it this way.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Like, there are... like, snakes can be really cute.
Yes.
Spiders can be really cute.
Oh my god, the fuzzy little
Yeah,
faces.
like with the spots. I've seen some people on TikTok doing funny voices for their pet spiders, and I
Yeah.
think it's adorable.
Mhm.
I do not want them in my hand.
That's fair.
I see people on YouTube going like, oh yeah, let's touch this spider. Why? Why do you want to die? Why?
It's not gonna kill you.
Until it does. It just
Well, if
has
you know
to
what you're
bite you
doing.
once. It's tiny, but it's mighty.
Depends on the spider.
Yeah. There's a whole dance based around a person being bitten by a spider and having convulsions.
There is?
The tarantella.
Oh!
That's the story they told me when I learned him. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're learning the tarantella, that's why.
That's fun. So there we go. That's my 8 Sims starter. Just a normal country home.
Okay, wait. To be very clear, this is not called the Screaming Gecko.
That's the original name of the
That's
lot.
the
'cause
original
we
name of
are
the-
in Tomarang.
Yes, and
So pretty.
I'm really happy that we're in Tomarang because that helped me decorate.
Oh, okay.
Because originally, this is surprisingly personal to me, because the challenge is to get 8 Sims in a starter home. So 8 Sims, we did add more of simoleon leeway in this one, right? Because you would start with like 32,000. So we agreed like 30,000-ish. And surprisingly, the money was not a problem with this one, which never happens to me, with me.
Yeah.
But I moved to Canada in 2014, and for the first 7-ish years in Canada, I had to live with roommates. A lot of roommates. And I am lucky because I know people who shared houses with like 12 other people.
Yeah.
And it's a barbaric situation. This is something that I wanted to transmit here is a family home that got butchered into multiple rooms to maximize someone else's profit, which unfortunately is something that happens in everywhere, but in Toronto a lot.
It's really bad in Toronto.
It's really bad in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? So the plot, this is very plot heavy, because it's an older couple who has kind of a messed up son who didn't do well in school, didn't do well in college.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really carrying out the family tradition of anything in Tomarang. So this family, the dad, mom and dad just said, listen, you have one job. We're going to give you this build.
Mm-hmm.
You just maintain it and you charge rent. And that is it. Right? So this is a Nepo baby trying not to disappoint his parents.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves into it's likely his the house where he grew up in. His parents now live somewhere much bigger. They made it big. They got property.
Sure.
Yeah, and so he can live here rent-free, provided that he is acting as the building manager.
Right.
Right? So we are not going to debate the ethics of that, because this is already too Toronto for me. But yeah, the first version of this build, I was going to go with that town build from Toronto, just like brick. Again, we always mention Queen Street. Queen Street is one of my favorite places in Toronto.
It's iconic.
It's iconic, and it's a lot of business fronts. I was going to have something more like a business front that got turned into a house for 8 people.
Okay, yeah.
And I wanted 8 adults specifically. I didn't go with that, but trust the Lord. So when I moved to Tomarang trying to find a more interesting lot, that's when I got, oh, okay, so they are like a Tomarang family that has this house. They're wealthy, and when you move into these old houses that used to be family homes that they changed to be a rental, you will find a lot of their old furniture.
True.
And I wanted the furniture to be cool. And Tomarang has some of the more interesting furniture.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. That kitchen was a pain.
That kitchen looks like a pain.
That kitchen continued to be a pain for a very long time. Because again, I can't make it too big. For one thing, it's not going to be too big. These places get very unpleasant to live in. And I got lucky. I lived in one place that was hell, but the other 2 places I lived before I finally managed to move on my own, they were pretty clean, nice people, nice roommates, not a lot of drama, not a lot. So this is what I wanted. Like, I wanted to have an old dumping ground for old things the landlord doesn't need anymore. Also things that people brought in from the outside. That's why the chairs do not match here. And I was looking for cheap ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna ask me, but can the Sims move in there? I don't know.
Didn't play test it.
No,
yeah.
I didn't play test it, but for once I don't feel bad about it because it adds to the experience. You want to know what it's like to live in a house with 8 people? That's it. Like, can I move here? No, you're going to have to pause your game, move the chairs, and be grateful you have somewhere to live.
Yeah, that's the experience, isn't
That
it?
is dystopic.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the very first place that I ever, went to check out as a possible rental situation?
No, but tell me.
Okay, so this is the very first place that I ever looked at. So I had no idea, how to vet from, a post online about, if this was going to be a good landlord or a slumlord or whatever.
Yeah.
So I get to the house, the homeowner meets me. It was right around the corner from my university, so super convenient. It was a basement apartment. I knew that going in. That's fine.
Yeah.
I knew that there was already 4 people in that basement apartment. So I would have been the 5th.
Okay.
So I show up and the guy's there, property owner. He says hi, tells me about the area. Says there's the bus right here. I'm like, yeah, that's where I got hereby. I took the bus, so I knew that. But that was nice. And then he was like, oh, all the other tenants right now are men. I was presenting as a woman at the time. So he was like, I hope that's okay. And then he leads me into the basement apartment that doesn't have walls.
Well...
Yeah, we went into the basement apartment, and there was framing done for the bedroom walls, but no actual walls, and no insulation. So there was someone studying in his bedroom, in the apartment, and we could literally see through the wood support beams for the wall, right through into him sitting on his mattress on the floor. And I went... No.
I'm never complaining about my living situation ever again.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, it's
terrible.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
$800 a month.
Yeah.
Probably.
The place that I ended up renting, it was $400 because this was a long time ago.
Okay.
But the place that I ended up renting for, I think it was $480, was a house, like kind of the idea you're going for, right? A house that's been remodeled into a rooming house so that it can have more tenants. But my bedroom in that house was originally a walk-in closet.
Jesus. That's like, remodeled is a little too kind.
Yeah.
I say butchered.
Oh, like my apartment right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a studio apartment that was designed as a one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
It lost a bedroom.
I don't know if the other place won a bedroom
yes.
or... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, my only neighbor that, like, I share a wall with is the superintendent's apartment. So it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and then at some point in the last 60 years, whoever the superintendent was, the building manager was, decided they needed 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
And so they stole mine.
Okay, so we get to the first character, Ramin. Ramin
cute.
Is... Yeah, he's cute. He is... what is the new aspiration from Ciudad Enamorada? The love pack? He's a romance person.
There's 2?
Yeah, he just wants, like... He's here for a good time. That's his
Nice.
thing. This is likely his childhood bedroom that he repainted himself when he became an adult. Came in and just put posters on the walls, got a TV, didn't really think that he was going to stick around much longer. It's just until, cryptocurrency works or something, He looks like a crypto baby. So
Isn't that... Wait, you can do cryptocurrency with businesses and hobbies.
Oh, that was not on purpose.
Yeah, no, you can crypto mine.
Okay. So
there we go.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of a loser. Like he has a good heart, but no focus whatsoever. Like this is Camilla. Camilla is his ex and also best friend. They're like party friends. Camilla technically does not pay rent. She doesn't live here. She's a party person. Ramin is not so much a party person as he is a dating person. He's gonna go out to find a date, but it doesn't matter if it's a library or a cafe or a party. Camilla is here to party.
Right.
Camilla just wants to be here to sleep. She just lives out of a suitcase. And she was like, oh, I'm just gonna be here for a night. She's been here for 3 weeks now. That's like goes out, comes back, crashes there. This is technically Ravi's office, which is why there's a little thing there, like a computer. But yeah, Camilla is promising that like, oh, I don't have to pay rent because I don't live here, but she sort of does. Now we're getting to Serena and Kara. Serena and Kara are twins from Mount Komorebi, and it is not uncommon, because I was one of those people, for international students to end up in this kind of housing situation.
Yep.
Which was what happened to me when I first moved to Canada. So they are twins sharing this one bedroom and a house with other 6 people. Serena is a very nice girl who is here to study, and she's the favorite daughter. She does everything correctly. She's very proper, very nice, very studious, but I gave her the adventurous aspiration. So like she wants to rebel and go conquer the world and climb a mountain. And her sibling, Kara is a they them, so they're non-binary, and they are an influencer.
Cool.
So they're here, like Serena is here to study and go to university. Kara is here to learn a new language and become an influencer. That's it.
Take lots of pictures.
They're taking pictures. And now we move on to Rez and Mila. They might be my favorite characters from this. Rez and Mila are traveling musicians.
Ooh.
They don't have a home. They just travel from town to town. He plays the guitar, she plays the violin, and they just present in the streets, make money that way. They come home, they sleep there. They're like they're very friendly people. They're definitely the grandparents of this house. It's like, oh, have you eaten anything? Like, is anybody giving you trouble? Like, Raz is going to be there and punch somebody if they have to for you. Like, oh, some guy was hitting you at the club and he didn't take no for an answer. Okay, where is he? Because I'm going to go have words with them.
Yeah.
And Mila is very nosy. So Mila likes to know the gossip.
Got it.
She is in everybody's business.
So Mila's the one that hunts down the targets, and Rez is the one that goes and assassinates them.
Yes, actually. I would have.
Couple.
Yeah, they're the perfect couple. They've been together forever, and they're just traveling. They don't have any like attachments outside of each other, so they don't stick around any place much for long. But it's fine because that's the way that they like it. Yeah. So, I like that little fuse
cute.
box.
Yeah.
This room, as you can see, is also a clutter place. So everything that is from childhood or that they couldn't take it to their proper house, the landlords just left behind. I couldn't really make all of the clutter work, so I later changed it to a laundry room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I changed it to a laundry room. This is the place where they do laundry. When they came in and Ramen just asked them, listen, this is what the situation is. You can take it or leave it. And they were like, oh, we slept on the street before. We're fine.
Yeah.
You want to do laundry at 3 a.m.? That's fine. We don't care. Yeah. So they're very chill, very nice people. And then we get to the complicated room because I wanted to have 2 more people here. I have the siblings, I have Ramen, I have Camilla, I have Raz and Mila being just a nice old couple. And I thought maybe I could have like a couple that is an artist. I didn't like that. Maybe they could be a photographer or something. And I couldn't think of an interesting way to make this room different. I thought of occults. Maybe I could have a vampire. Didn't fit the vibe. Because I am still very grounded in reality, which I know it's The Sims, but I care about the cohesion in my stories.
Yeah.
Right? So, I was going to have 8 adults. I decided that this is Vikram and Felix's room. Felix, I made him just so that we could have him, but Vikram is actually pregnant. Because Vikram is transmasculine. And the other parent of the child, I don't think, is in the picture. So Vikram needed a place to go. And he found this place that is cheap.
Yeah.
So he is decorating this room for Felix, for when Felix arrives. Or you could have Felix too, because it's going to be in the gallery. I didn't have the patience to get Vikram pregnant, okay? I'm sorry, Vikram. But, yeah, it's a very baby-centered, like, he's gonna be super dad. I think that's his aspiration. I'm gonna check at the end. But he wants to be a good dad. And just have a lot of toys, and I love that giraffe that they gave us. And you're not going to see it here because I added it later. There is going to be a trans flag in the room. Yeah, I wanted it to be a different vibe, and the only way that I could do it was by adding a baby.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because like, what else was I going to do here? You know?
Yeah.
If you have ideas.
Well, I mean, we talked about that too when we were setting up this challenge. We said, like, do we want all 8 Sims to be Sims, human Sims? Yeah. Or like, occult Sims. And we said no.
Yes.
What was I originally going to do? Yeah, a horse or something?
Yeah, you thought of having a horse.
I do have 2 cats, though.
I'm smiling. I love cats. I have 2.
Yeah, in real life you have cats and I do not.
Yeah, and my cats give you allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're adorable. Yeah, so, time for landscaping. And I did not have tool for this one, unfortunately. I was completely out of mods for this, I think. I just managed to fix my mods. Which is super annoying, but I just managed to fix them. And, yeah, as you can see here, there's going to be a lot of bush.
Hey, full bush, very in style.
Very in style.
Love. No, it looks good. It looks a little bit, like, overgrown.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming is what you were going for because it fits the character.
Not necessarily. Like, now that you said it, and now that it makes sense. But I wanted to be overgrown, but, like, I'm using the little planters from Debug because the parents still had a lot of pride in the house.
Right.
That's why it looks really good on the outside. I think it looks good on the outside. It's all pink and blue and like lots of colors with like, I can see Ramen going like, oh, the plants are still inside the box. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a little overgrown, but...
in like a good way.
In a good way. That's why he's telling his parents. No,
exactly.
No, it's in a good way. Like, nobody cares.
No, it looks natural, Mom.
It looks natural, Mom. It's like, you have one job, Ramen.
Just cut the grass.
Just cut the grass. Man, come on. Your sister is cutting the grass. I don't think he has a sister. Your cousin is cutting the grass.
Probably Dad.
Yeah. So, for the back, we are going to have a nice sitting area. This is definitely a found family sort of build.
Yeah.
They are all very friendly with each other, and I think that Camilla is the first one that goes, like, we're best friends now. Like, Rama's like, Camilla, they're just the tenants. We're not supposed to be best friends. Like, they're my best friends. I've partied with Raz last night.
Yeah.
He's wild, man. I love him.
That's accurate.
That is very accurate, yes. So they do have barbecues in the back.
Yeah.
With an old grill.
Yeah.
Definitely have set the house on fire before, but who hasn't? It's The Sims.
Exactly.
Yeah. Little sitting area here. I struggled a lot with the terrain paint. And then I decided to use something softer because I love the new terrain paint that they gave us.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that gravel looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And let's see here. There was one thing that I really, really want. Oh, I didn't add it. That's too bad. Okay, well, in the build it's going to be there, but I added a bike rack.
Oh, fun.
At the front with the bikes and everything, and I really wanted to be there. So, yeah, we have just one outfit for everybody. Just to get an idea.
Fun.
We have Mila.
I want to look like Roz when I grow up.
Oh, God, yeah. He looks good. And then we have Vikram.
He does look like...
Yeah, and the baby. A what?
A him.
He looks like a him. Yeah, he does. Yeah, now you can see the bike rack at the front.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yeah, that looks great.
That looks good.
Very colorful.
Very colorful.
You did not stick to a color scheme.
I didn't, but I felt a little more free doing that this time
Yeah.
because it's supposed to be a house with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like I said, can you go through the doors and can you actually move in this house? Listen, you're gonna find out when you play this.
Yeah.
And just embrace the experience because that's what you go through when you have roommates. Yeah.
Embrace the experience of being poor.
Embrace the experience of being poor. Yay, capitalism. Yeah.
Well, you did say that the landlord was a loser, and you know what landlord and loser have in common.
I don't.
They're the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And there's the trans flag.
Yay!
Yay!
Trans flag! Hey Simmers, thank you so much for watching. Who do you think had the best build? Drop a pink heart for Amanda or a blue heart for CJ in the comments below. Hope to see you next week. We'll be posting a new video every Thursday.